Picture this. You're at your favorite cafe. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee is like a hug in the air, and you're about to tell the most incredible story. But wait, there's that little voice inside your head fussing over every single word you choose, every tense, and every preposition. Sounds exhausting, right? Well, what if I told you that that voice, that pesky inner grammarian, might be the very thing muffling your voice? It's like having a backseat driver while you're navigating conversation. Instead of enjoying the ride, looking out the window, you're fretting over every turn and every stop sign. Now, imagine letting go of that. Imagine speaking with the ease of someone who's not scared to take a wrong turn, because that's how you discover new paths. That's how you learn and grow, right? When we fixate on perfect grammar, we're not just putting up roadblocks, we're missing out on the scenic route of communicating, the laughs, the slip-ups, and yes, even the aha moments. So why chase perfection when it's the imperfections that make our conversations real, memorable, and fluent? Let's embrace the beauty of a language lived and not just learned. Because fluency isn't about speaking perfectly or making any mistakes. It's about speaking, period. And that's what we're here to do, to chat, to share, and find our authentic voice together, one gloriously imperfect word at a time. So are you ready to break free from the grammar police and start enjoying the conversation? Let's jump in. All right, let's talk about something I bet has crossed your mind more than once, maybe even twice or 3 times. Perfect grammar. You know, that elusive, shiny beacon of proper communication we're all supposedly aiming for? But here's a little known fact. It's actually more of a myth, a mirage even. Why? Because at the heart of it, language is about connection, not perfection. Think about some of the most memorable conversations that you've ever had. Were they scripted? Were they grammatically flawless exchanges? Or were they full of laughter, emotion, and maybe even a few mispronounced words? I'll bet it was the latter. And there's beauty in that, my friend. It's the imperfections in our speech that make our words distinctly ours. And get this, some of the world's most charismatic leaders and storytellers, they throw grammar textbooks to the wind when they speak. They focus on rhythm, passion, and authenticity. It's not the perfectly placed commas that win us over. It's their ability to make us feel something. That's what sticks. That's what we remember. So we're gonna bust this myth together. Let's uncage our words and let them play, stumble, and soar. Because when we do that, we're not just talking. We're connecting on a human level. And last time I checked, that's what it's all about. Now, let's put on our psychologist hats for a moment. Don't worry, they're invisible and super comfy. We're diving into the mind of a language learner. And you know what's lurking in there? The fear of making a mistake. Sound familiar? It's like this little gremlin that whispers, hey, if you say something wrong, the sky will fall. Spoiler alert, it won't. Here's the deal. When we're kids, we babble our way to language mastery one blunder at a time. We just don't remember it because we were kids. No baby ever thinks, gosh, I better not say mama wrong, right? They just go for it. And it's this fearless trial and error that wires their brains for fluency. This concept of comprehensible output is key. It's a fancy way of saying that when you try to communicate, even with mistakes, your brain is learning and adapting. Each blip is a stepping stone to better language skills. So when you embrace the messiness, you're actually on the fastest route to fluency. And hey, I'll let you in on a little secret. The most confident speakers are often the ones who've made the most mistakes. They've tripped over their words, gotten back up, and just kept going. And each time, the fear of errors and making mistakes gets a little quieter until one day it's just background noise. So how about we turn up the volume on our voices and dial down the fear, the lack of confidence, and that anxiety of making mistakes? Let's instead treat mistakes like the badges of honor they are in our own language learning journey. Trust me, it's a game changer. This is coming from someone who's been a language learner and is also somebody who teaches languages and communication. Let's get real for a moment. When's the last time you had a conversation that was, well, perfectly imperfect? I'm talking about those chats where you mix up words or the grammar isn't quite textbook grammar, but the laughter is genuine and the connection is solid. That's the sweet spot. Think about how you talk with your closest friend. It's easy, right? You're not stressing over every single word. You're just talking. That's how language works best, when it's natural, not forced. It's about the message, not the mechanics. And that's what we're all about here. Communication, communication, communication. I mean, sure, we all want to sound smart and put together, but let's face it, language is messy. It's human. And the truth is, the more we let go of the need to be perfect, the more we actually learn. It's a bit ironic, but that's the beauty of it. So here's what I propose. Let's embrace that. Let's make peace with our grammatical quirks. They're part of your own unique voice, your story. And every story is worth telling, even with a few hiccups along the way. All right, so we've established that speaking freely with all its twists and turns is where the real growth happens. But let's be honest, it can be tough to do that alone, to toss your grammar safety net aside without a supportive crew around you. Well, that's where the beauty of community comes in. Here's the thing about communities. They're like the roots of a tree, right? They provide stability, nutrients, and support as you reach up and branch out into new areas of language. And the community we've built, explearning Academy, it's all about that growth. It's about stretching a little further each and every day, knowing that there's a whole network rooting for you. And we've got this vibrant, amazing group of folks from all over the globe, all on the same journey as you, all embracing the twists and turns of learning English and improving their communication and social fluency. And when I say we celebrate every attempt, every fumbled phrase, I mean it. Because those attempts are gold. We learn when we're out there trying, speaking, and yes, making mistakes and learning from those too. So when you join us, you're not just signing up for another program. You're becoming part of a living, breathing ecosystem where language is alive, dynamic, and kicking. Here, imperfection isn't just tolerated. It's the sign of a speaker who is brave enough to leap into conversation, to get out of their comfort zone, to take risks with the language, to live the language in color and full sound. The beauty of our community is this. Every time you stumble over a word and someone's there to help you up, or you nail a phrase you've been practicing for weeks, that's the real living language that textbooks just can't teach. That's connection. That's meaningful growth. So how about it? Are you ready to take the plunge and dive into a world where your voice, with all its unique quirks, are not only heard, but celebrated? Don't hold back. Let's get those words tumbling out, because here, every word spoken is a step forward. And the best part, you're not doing it alone. You're joining a chorus of voices, each one imperfect, each one powerful in its own right. This is your invitation. Come join us at academy.explearning.co for our Explearning Academy plan. And let's make those mistakes, share those successes, and piece by piece, phrase by phrase, build fluency together, one interaction at a time. Now I want you to imagine stepping into a space where every voice, tremble, and triumph contributes to the symphony of learning. That's the heart of our group coaching program. And the stories? Oh, they're as real as they come. Take Maria, for example. When she first joined us, she was so quiet, you could barely hear her over the Zoom call. She told us later that she was terrified of saying anything wrong. But here's the kicker. Within a few weeks, she was sharing stories in English about her hometown, her job, and her experiences, her face lighting up with each word. And now she's leading conversations, and her laughter is what we wait for in every session. Consider Jay, whose first language is a rhythm vastly different from English. He'd pause mid-sentence, searching for the next word, often apologizing for his English. Fast forward a few months, and who do you think is explaining cricket rules to us all, complete with gestures and infectious enthusiasm? That's right, our man Jay. So what changed for Maria, Jay, and countless others wasn't their vocabulary or their grasp of grammar. It was their mindset, and something else too. The recordings. You see, they could revisit the conversations, not to nitpick their grammar, but to see their progress, to hear their communication evolve from hesitant to confident. It's like keeping a diary, but instead of words, it's spoken stories, growing richer and richer over time. They love the recordings in our private community because it's not just about correcting themselves and seeing what they did well and what there's room to improve on. It's about celebrating how far they've come. It's a way to really listen to themselves and to others and to continue learning in a way that's kind, constructive, and incredibly effective. These stories are the lifeblood of our community. They remind us that overcoming the fear of speaking is more than possible. It's inevitable when you're in the right environment. And how it changes communication? It's day and night. The difference between texting a smile and sharing a belly laugh. You know the difference. So what about you? Are you ready to be the next success story? To join a community that doesn't just understand your journey, but walks with you every step of the way, where every session is a step towards not just learning English, but living it out loud? Come on over to our group coaching sessions. Your story is just beginning, and we're here to help you write it, speak it, and most importantly, live it. All right, so now let's roll up our sleeves and get down to the nitty-gritty. How do you boost your fluency without getting tangled up in the grammar vines? Well, it's all about simple, practical steps that you can weave into your daily life. So here are some tips and tricks straight from our community playbook. First up, let's talk about shadowing. This is an amazing technique where you listen to a native speaker and mimic them, like an echo. You can do this with anything: podcasts, movies, interviews, YouTube videos, maybe even this one. The goal? Well, it's to get the rhythm and the intonation down pat. It's not about perfect replication. It's about getting comfortable with the flow and rhythm of English. Next, let's tackle vocabulary. Instead of lists and flashcards, try theming your words. For example, if you're into cooking, learn all the words related to a recipe that you're using. Use them when you cook, talk about them to your friends, write them down as you taste your dish. It's about context. Words stick better when they mean something to you, when you ascribe meaning to them. Now, let's address speaking. Daily conversation practice can sound daunting, but it doesn't have to be. Chat with a language buddy. Join an online speaking club, or even talk to yourself. Yeah, you heard me. Narrate your life a bit. Describe your actions. Talk about how your day's going. Talk about your goals. For example, if you're cooking, you might say, "Wow, look at me. #adulting. I'm chopping carrots for a stew." But all puns aside, it's about making speaking a habit, not a hurdle to overcome. Now, here's another gem for you: storytelling. Take a memory, a plan, a crazy dream, and spin it into a tale. Tell it to your friend, your dog, or our community. The point is to get used to conveying emotions and events in English, which is a huge part of fluency. And remember those recordings that we talked about earlier? Well, use them as a learning tool. Record yourself telling a story or explaining your favorite hobby. Then listen back to it, watch it. not to critique every grammar point, but more so to observe. And over time, you'll see how much smoother you sound with each attempt. That's pure gold. Lastly, embrace the 3-second rule. When you want to say something, don't give yourself more than 3 seconds to start. This pushes you past the overthinking barrier and into the realm of spontaneous speech. So there you have it, a handful of actionable, practical, doable strategies that our community swears by. Weave these into your routine and watch as your English takes on a new life. Vibrant, fluid, and wonderfully real. Give them a try and let's get chatting. We've shared some laughs, we've busted a few myths, and we've armed you with tips that are as practical as they are fun. Now comes the moment where you step into the spotlight. It's your turn to take everything that we've talked about and put it into action. And guess what? You won't be doing it alone. It's one thing to watch a video, listen to a podcast, and nod along. And it's another thing to actually step up and say, I'm doing this, I'm gonna speak English with confidence, quirks and all. And that's why I'm inviting you, yes you, watching this right now, listening to this right now, to take that next step and join our vibrant, dynamic, ever-growing community. Think of it as your backstage pass to a world where language learning is real, raw, and incredibly rewarding, where every and ah and every mixed up verb is met with a cheer because it's proof that you're trying, you're getting outside of your comfort zone, you're speaking, and you're learning. So by joining us, you're not just signing up for another course. You are embarking on a journey with fellow travelers, fellow explorers, fellow explearners who are just as eager to share their stories as they are to hear yours. A community that celebrates your progress and supports you when you stumble and also when you soar. So are you ready to dive in, to push the boundaries of your comfort zone, to make new friends, and discover the joy of speaking English as it's meant to be spoken in the wild, wonderful, imperfect way that real life happens? Take the leap. Visit academy.explearning.co and sign up today. Not tomorrow, not next week, because the best time to sign up was yesterday, but the next best time to sign up is now. Your voice is unique, and it's time that it's heard. We're here to listen, to support, and to guide you every step of the way. Let's do this together. Your community awaits, and we can't wait to welcome you. Let's make your language journey unforgettable, starting right now. So click that link down below, and let's begin the adventure together. See you on the inside. As we wrap up, I want you to take a moment. Just pause and imagine where your words could take you. Picture the faces of new friends from across the globe, the shared stories waiting to be told, the ripple of laughter over a shared joke in your new language. That's the destination that we're all journeying to together. Remember, my friends, fluency isn't a trophy to be won. It's a path to be walked, one step, one word, one conversation at a time. And along that path, every slip, every correction, every aha moment is part of the big adventure. It's not about crafting perfect sentences. It's about building bridges between people, ideas, and cultures. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Dare to speak, dare to stumble, and dare to rise again, because the beauty of communication lies in its imperfection. Each word you speak weaves a larger story of connection, growth, and understanding. And isn't that the kind of story we all want to be a part of? Don't let the pursuit of perfection silence your story. Your voice, with all its texture and color, is what makes our tapestry richer. So speak up, join in, and let's create a world where every voice is heard and celebrated. All right, my friends, I hope to see you in the community. Thank you so much for joining me. Give this video a thumbs up, like it on the podcast, share the YouTube channel with anybody who wants to elevate their English communication skills. And I'll see you in the community. Bye for now.